They changed it up. Whatever they think is going to get them the most ass, that's the genre they adhere to until that genre dies out.
Pull it out a little bit more, and get it.
Okay, so Basa-Nova, let me set the stage here. Basa-Nova is wearing, I think, chick pants. Are those Junko jeans?
Jinko, dickhead. What are these shoes?
Fuck
Look at
you.
this.
These are Bottega Veneta.
He's wearing
really?
non-slip.
Oh,
These are
wow.
kitchen shoes.
Those are cool.
These
Holy
are
shit.
kitchen shoes. You wear these if you're a chef and you don't want to slip around in the garde-manger station. Is that correct?
I don't know what that means.
Me neither.
I worked in a kitchen, and this is what my alcoholic chef would wear before he yelled at me for fucking something up.
Non-slips.
Non-slips.
Yeah.
They have good traction?
Pretty good traction.
Cool.
Good in the rain.
You're wearing Jinkos, kitchen shoes.
This is kind of like watching a Danny Mullen video where you have really good audio and the other person doesn't.
Hey.
Or like a lot of vloggers are like that. I know you wear the lapel. They don't have a lapel.
I don't like the aesthetic of having a mic in your hand.
I feel it, yeah.
I can't do it. I gotta have both hands open.
Right.
Basa-Nova, I'm gonna start being more generous with the microphone. Why I really wanted to bring you on here, it's not the haircut, it's not the hand tattoos, the sweatshirt. It's that I understand you spent $600 on this pair of headphones. They look like the headphones they would give one at a shooting range so that you didn't destroy your eardrums. They don't look sexy.
Never
they don't
been
look
to a
high
shooting
tech.
range.
What do you think I'm planning on? Is that what you're insinuating? You guys better watch. It's a good thing we got Tone out there with that wand, metal detecting me as I come in. I also just want to make this clear. I do not have the password to the no jumper complex yet. I have to call Josh whenever I want access. It's very demeaning. Basa-Nova,
We
you
can
have the
give it to
passcode,
him,
right?
right?
Yeah, see, I'm not surprised. Basa-Nova,
He's often the last person here or first person here.
So he's either
He needs
doing
it.
good or doing really bad?
No, I'm just saying that for you, all you have to do is ring the doorbell.
Ring, ring. I don't like that. It makes me feel like a postman or a
No,
Mormon.
T-Rail said the same thing, so I could see that this is a common thing. Yeah, nobody wants to be the guy who's just showing up, like, hey, let me in.
Yeah, it transcends race too, me and T-Rail. Right. So listen, Basa-Nova,
Both spectrums.
You spent $600 on this pair of headphones, which on its own, in my mind, is a crime. Bose makes a perfectly good set of wireless noise-canceling headphones for around $300. You doubled that. And what's really upsetting to me, Adam, is that he financed these. He didn't pay for them all in one go. Tell me how the financing process went. Did you have to go into an office with a man at the Mac store?
No loan office.
Get your credit run?
No. So basically, I financed it with the Apple card, and it's 6-month interest-free financing.
Interest free. See, that's what I was gonna wonder. Like, does it cost you more at the end of it? But if it doesn't, then fuck it, right?
$91
I think we have that available on the No Jumper site as well, right? I think like every site has it now.
Afterpay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was your down payment?
Down payment for the Apple headphones was $50.
That is such an impulsive,
And
irresponsible.
I got it the same day.
How much money do you have in your bank account?
I wouldn't answer, but
Decent amount.
Then why did you finance the headphones? I know you're lying.
I think it's smart because then he has more upfront capital to continue to invest and work with. Now, is he doing that? I have no idea, and it would stand to reason. Maybe not, because we're talking about relatively small amounts of money here. But if he could have $550 more capital to work with in the short term, I mean, he could, buy candy and go sell it on Hollywood Boulevard. Boom. Now you're glad that you didn't just give up your six.
Yeah.
Is it bad that I could absolutely picture you doing that?
On Hollywood Boulevard?
In this outfit you're
I
wearing
can't say
right
I'm doing
now.
it, but
And just tell people you're 16.
that was just the first thing I thought of that you could do with like a small amount of money to make.
It was good.
Yeah, right.
I was trying to think.
Well, I see kids doing it all the time, and I know that they have no serious capital to work with, and they're out grinding out $100 a day selling Sour Patch Kids.
Totally legal.
Hey.
Nobody's going to hassle you.
They
Though
always
in LA
they
now,
turn into weed dealers.
Yeah.
Always.
Isn't it sad that in LA, I was going to say that's perfectly legal, but in LA nowadays, I mean, Basa-Nova could be out there slinging coke, fentanyl-laced coke, and the cops would walk by and be like, hey, stop that, and maybe just grab his bag and throw it on
They
the
just
ground.
wouldn't say shit unless somebody overdosed.
Yeah, it's bad.
Then they'll chase them
There's
down.
no
Somebody
law and order.
famous overdose.
What? Because Basa-Nova, clearly, he wore these in here while he was setting up the cameras. He wanted them to be noticed. He wanted them to be
You
commented
can
on.
hear through them. It's one of those.
Right now, but I can tap this right here.
And then you can't hear shit. Okay,
No, no,
because
You're
I
a
just
pussy.
recently
You're
got
a piece of
headphones
shit.
that had
I'm
this
going to beat the
function.
fuck out of you in the parking lot. Fuck you. Basa-Nova, what were you listening to?
What was I listening?
What kind of music do you need $600 headphones for?
I honestly listen to more so podcasts.
He was listening to a Robert Kawasaki book.
Okay.
Oh, that's a good one.
You were listening to Rich Dad Poor Dad. You realize that
I seen him reading that in here one time. That's the only reason I said
like
it.
that. I like that he's entrepreneurial. But Adam, wouldn't you agree that a podcast is you need the least good audio quality to listen to a podcast with? It makes no difference.
He's
English
a
is
stylish
English.
guy.
It's one thing if you
He
were
could have
listening.
bought some cheap jeans. Look, he's got these Jinkos. Or Junkos, as you degradingly referred to them.
How much are the Jinkos?
Jinkos were 100.
$100 jeans. Okay, that's good.
Not too bad.
Okay, you're listening to podcasts. Again, I would understand if you were listening to Beethoven or Dream Theater. You're like, I need to be able to hear the bass and the third guitar and the keyboard. But what you're doing is a complete waste of money.
Well, I do. I obviously I listen to music. I listen to music too. And I actually just swapped from Spotify to Apple Music because they have the lossless audio thing, which makes the audio quality sound way better.
Where did you?
Spotify.
I like how Dana keeps getting closer to him.
Where did you learn?
Where did you learn?
Where did you learn to? Have you ever felt the loving embrace of another man? Excuse me. Where did you learn, or where did you pick this up to shave only the top of your mustache?
Good question. I don't know. I like how it looks. So I don't know. I experiment with a lot of looks, obviously. So
Yeah, what caused you to go from the long hair to the short hair? Like, what do you feel like there's a certain place you're in your life right now, or like a personality change? Because you wear different clothes to express different moods or emotions, right? But like hair is kind of like this long-term expression of self,
yeah,
right?
and ever since I started here, everyone's known me for the curly permed hair.
Right.
No, it's just a change in like my recent. I feel like I'm looking at it like a new chapter in my life. I just closed on, or I'm in an escrow on my first property, so I'm just like in this.
We got a pot lord on our hands here.
You must have sold a lot of Skittles, Basa-Nova.
Yeah, Basa-Nova must have some stuff going on we don't know about. That's dope.
Basa-Nova, I don't even know in real estate. How did you manage to pull this off?
So with the help of my mother, who's a real estate agent,
no.
up in Sacramento.
He comes from good breeding. Sacramento, shout out.
Yeah, shout out Sac. But
Down
yeah.
by the ditch or the river, wherever you said that you
Down
got.
by the syphilitic river. That's where his property was.
You got your staff infection.
It was about $5,000 for 3 acres because they're the corpses of a lot of white trash women and their fetuses on that shore.
There's a lot of fetuses.
Tell me about this property. I want to hear more about the property.
Property's a condo, 2-bedroom, 1-bath. Solid. I put 3% down, conventional. So
You put 3% down. When you put down the same amount on your property as you did on your headphones, that's worrisome. That's not a lot, Basa-Nova. If there should be a hiccup in your income, say Adam hauls off and decides to fire you one day, maybe because he doesn't like your mustache, how are you going to pay off the rest of that condo?
I think I put
jobs,
myself in positions to where I can, I can cover it.
He's doing great, but that is crazy. If you can put down 3%, you can kind of get away with like not really having to save up that much for the down payment. That's badass.
Oh yeah.
Does that mortgage payment hovering over your head, does that stress you out?
It doesn't, because I have a tenant already.
You have a what?
I have a tenant for the
tenant.
property already.
I thought you had to put more down if it was a rental property.
You don't tell them it's a rental property when you buy it.
I'm allegedly living in there right now.
Well, let's hope this doesn't get back to the person who sold it to you or the bank or whatever in Sacramento. Sydney just sat down. The one piece of feminine energy that's on this podcast. I wanted to ask Sydney, and just give me a thumbs up because you're not Mike, Sydney. Are you attracted to men with mustaches? She says, I could never pull off the mustache, and I'm just.
Did you grow up one?
No, that's a good point.
I like the way you're waving your hand in his face now.
Basa-Nova. Basa-Nova, last question. You said, I thought that was really profound when you said that you were entering a new stage of your life. It was as if the cocoon had opened and out came the butterfly. A very interesting time to transition in one's life. Usually one waits till after the holidays before shaving their head, before radically changing their image. What was it? What was it exactly? Why now?
Well, one thing, I think the hair thing was just, I was getting annoyed with how long it was, and it was just always in my face. So that's why I bought the headphones too, because I was like, I can't rock the headphones with the long ass hair, because it gets caught in the headphones, and I have to keep adjusting it. But
whenever you have girls on here with like decorative hair, you realize like, oh, they're probably not going to wear the headphones.
Yeah, can't mess it up.
Basa-Nova, see, I think this was important because at the start of this podcast, Adam, again, we thought he was hustling candy bars on Hollywood Boulevard. We now know he loves Robert Kiyosaki, and he owns a piece of real estate in Sacramento.
Yeah, and he's financing headphones. I like it because you were just like bringing him on here and like questioning him on his life as if you thought that his life was going to be as out of order as the average person who's associated with the Danny Mullen fiasco that is your YouTube channel, which is it would appear that he actually has his life pretty well put together, which is I like how that's kind of like a plot twist for you.
I love it. I love it. And that says something about your employees, the people you associate with, versus me, because I wouldn't be able to produce one stinking person who owns anything other than, I don't know, like a dildo they pull out when they bring home a drunk chick.
Right.
That's all they have to their name, Basa-Nova. Not you. You got a 2-bedroom condo on the Sacramento River.
He's got porn stars throwing themselves at him left and right.
Is that actually happening, Basa-Nova?
No comment.
What's your love life like?
I am celibate.
He is, I don't know if he's putting in any work, but he's definitely good at keeping anything that he might have going on away from the workplace, which is probably pretty smart since traditionally pretty much everything in everybody's personal lives here has become content at some point unless they hide it from everyone. What
if Basa-Nova was just the shadiest bastard? He kept it all quiet, sort of like a Republican politician going to church.
But he's the Herschel Walker of this office.
But
he hasn't taken any like strong political positions. So
I'm just saying, what if he's following porn star chicks out to their car and just flashing them real quick, just showing them little Basa-Nova?
That directly interferes with his job, so that would be an issue. Yeah.
Have you ever done that, Basa-Nova?
But if in his private life he did some flashing, then that's really none of my business until he gets caught.
I could really see Basa-Nova being a flasher. I could see him going down to South Central, speaking in Spanish to sort of conceal his identity, and just at the train station, stop, just, hey, you know, fucking
check this out.
Old lady.
Did you guys hear about that NBA player who was flashing himself to the team therapist or whatever?
No.
Yeah, basically he got fired, or they what do they call it? Terminated his contract because he was flashing his wee-wee at the therapist.
Yeah, it's weird that you're not allowed to do that.
It is weird. Yeah. I don't like that policy. Also, I don't think I don't know why I said WNBA. An NBA player doesn't have a wee-wee, okay? They have a schlong.
Not always.
They have a cock.
We need to stand up and protect the small-dicked people in the NBA.
I think so, too.
They're out there.
You know, Adam, that
King Kruk.
I have a real resentment. Oh, he's a professional athlete now? I have a real resentment toward big cocks.
Yeah, we noticed.
It's I had to stand naked next to a certain YouTuber this weekend, another YouTuber.
Oh.
It'll be obvious soon. Okay. I don't know why I'm concealing his identity. Because what I'm concealing is that he's got a fucking big dick. But yeah, I stood next to a guy with a big dick naked for a video. He's got a big cock, dude. And it just made me feel inferior. And it was the 50th time that week.
Who was it?
There's only one question to ask here, right?
What's that?
Like, who was it? Like,
well,
and why? Yeah. Why would you do this?
He might have the same name as me.
Oh, Danny Duncan.
Maybe.
Yeah.
You know, or it might be Danny Gonzalez.
Right.
I don't know. There could be Danny McBride, maybe.
Danny Diablo.
Danny Trejo, yeah. But Basa-Nova, that was awesome. I think people are going to be happy they learned this about you because...
This was not a scenario in which I thought I was going to learn about Basa-Nova, but I learned a few things.
I insisted we get this guy on the couch, and I hope you appreciate my decision.
It was all right.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Thank you guys for having me. If you want to learn more about my life, I do have a podcast with Trevor.
Right. BBC channel.
Focus on the VBC.
Check it out.
Check it out.
Thank you guys.
Have fun, buddy.
Shout out Basa-Nova.
Enjoy the rest of your Ryan Holiday podcast.
This has been a clip from my new podcast, Sledge Lords with Danny Mullen. We're dropping a new episode every week, so either hit the link in the description or search up the Adam 22 channel on YouTube. Appreciate you guys.